Well, feeling good. I hope you are too. There's something about that song that just makes me feel good. Well, today we're talking about visioning. And this is different than visualization. Visualization is I have an idea in mind and I create a picture of it. But visioning is seeing beyond what I know, beyond what I experience, beyond what is obvious to me at the moment. So what happens is that we set our sights a little further than we have before. And it's really important because it allows us to open up to what the universe might have for us, or things that we may have forgotten about from when we were younger. So one of the things I want to talk to you about today is allowing yourself to really get into a place of limitless possibility. So when we're visioning, what we're going to do is we're going to sit quietly and we're going to let our mind relax and ask some questions, deep leading questions that allow us to go deeper so that we can hear what comes forward. And sometimes what comes forward is something completely unexpected. And then it's something that expands what we've already been dreaming about. So whatever it is for you, just allowing yourself to go there and to see beyond the limitations, beyond the belief system, beyond what is holding us in our current pattern. Because where we are right now has happened as a result of everything we've believed, everything we've really expected over the past number of years. So what we want to do is we want to create something new. And we do that by doing this visioning process. What we want to do is the visioning process actually will encourage us to imagine something beyond what we normally would think. It invites us to dream bigger and to look further, envisioning a future filled with opportunities and growth. And by consciously aligning our daily actions with long-term goals, we create a path that leads us toward our desired outcome. Now, sometimes we'll hit a block. And when we do, we just go back into the practice because that block is saying it's time to shift a little bit. It might be about shifting direction. It might be about aligning in a new way. Whatever it is, there's going to be something there that will let us know which way to go. So we consciously align with those long-term goals, whatever they are, and we create a path that leads us there. Recognizing and releasing limiting beliefs and fears is a really important part. It's just like, if you plant your garden, if you plant carrots, you're going to get carrots in the fall. But what happens is you have to go in and dig out all of the little weeds that grow in between. Otherwise, come fall, you'll just have a garden full of weeds and no carrots. It's the same thing with our mind. We want to go in and take out all the limiting ideas. We want to take out the disbelief, the ideas that maybe people told us when we were younger, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. And we want to change those things so that we come up with something different. The quote for today is, your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. And your clutter is a lagging measure of your cleaning habits. You get what you repeat. You get what you repeat. So when we're thinking about creating something new and doing something different, we have to align ourselves with the universe to get that bigger vision, that bigger sense of possibility. And it's really important that we take the time to do that. And how we do it is to check in with our habits. So we get this vision for a new idea, but our habit is to, watch TV all day. Well, that's great. Watching TV all day could be fun. But are you moving toward your desired outcome? Are you creating what you need to create in this moment so that you will have that big vision down the street. You know, you've been thinking about something out here, but if you're not doing something right here to take you toward that, you will never get there. So we want to make sure that we're looking at our habits and realigning them. And sometimes we've got to do that a little bit slower. We've got to do that where we, start off maybe a little simpler, and then we slowly increase until we're ready to make the really significant changes that we need to make. It's just really, really important to really observe the habits that you currently have, the way you're currently living, and is that going to take you where you want to go? So what are the internal barriers that hold us back? Well, it's our limiting beliefs and our fears. Sometimes we have a big idea and we go, well, I can't do that. I couldn't do that. I tried once and I failed. So that was 20 years ago, but I still couldn't do it. We have these blocks within us that are preventing us from going the distance. And when those blocks come up, we would just want to face them, acknowledge them for what they really are, fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, and then allow ourselves to surrender them. Not in a way that is really harsh and difficult, but rather in a way that allows us to gently love ourselves enough to begin to make new habits that will move us where we want to go. Because limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained thoughts or perceptions that we hold about ourselves and our abilities. I did a news story Friday night about a blind woman who swam the English Channel. I know. If she can do it, why can't I? Right? But the thing is that was her passion. That was her big thing that she didn't believe she could do, but eventually just decided, well, let's just do it and see what happens. Not only that, her time was better than previous people had swum it. So she did an amazing job, 12 hours and some minutes, I think. So that idea that I can or I can't is just an idea. However, it's an idea that will always manifest. I can says that I am actually in the midst of something. I can says, let me try. I can't says, let me just stop and block myself right now. Can't do it. Think about how often you say, I don't know, I'll try, I can't. And what impact is that having on that bigger vision? Is it something that's really growing and expanding? Or is it something that's, dwindling and dying because we've got this can't running through our life experience? Or we're saying, well, I'll try. Well, you know what try is? Nothing. Try is nothing. I could sit back and say, well, I'll try to pick up my glass of water. Well, I'm either picking it up or not. There is no try. So we want to make sure that we're really exploring our inner world. We want to find out what's going on inside us so we can begin to create something bigger and brighter, newer. So we can start saying yes, yes, yes to that bigger vision for our lives, where we can feel good because we're moving forward. We're taking a step in the right direction. And every time we take that step, it just feels so great. And so we take another step and that feels so great. And we take another step and we just keep doing that until we're at a place where we can sit back and go, whoa, how did I get here? We got here one step at a time, one thought at a time, one idea at a time. We got here by being the best that we could be in any given moment and allowing ourselves to stretch, because that can sometimes be a bit of a problem. And we want to stem, the negative self-talk. We want to let go whatever happened in the past. Well, it's done, it's over, it's gone. Let's leave it there. Let's find a way of moving forward so that we can actually begin to live the life we've been dreaming of. So if you believe you are not capable of achieving success, this belief will manifest in your actions and decisions, often leading to self-sabotage. And recognizing these limiting beliefs is your first step toward liberation or freedom. It involves, self-reflection and awareness, asking ourselves, what fears and doubts are holding me back? What stories am I telling myself about my potential or the limit of my potential? And who told me that? Where did I get that information from? So once we identify these beliefs, we can challenge their validity and replace them with empowering thoughts. We can sit back and go, wait a minute, I could do this. If anyone has ever done this successfully, then it's possible. And if it's possible, then maybe it's possible for me. And I can begin to say yes, 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 as I take a step every day, moving me in the direction of my greatest dream. So think about what your dreams have been from the time you were a child. What were the things that really attracted your attention? Where did you love to spend your time? What were the most important things to you? And then from there, allow yourself to go, wow, look at the life I've created. Now, if you love your life, that is fantastic. But if you're not quite there yet, and you're still not sure about this life that you've created, then it's time to start the visioning practice and begin to change the way you look at who you are and what you do. So the transformative practice of visioning involves connecting with the divine mind to uncover the highest vision for our lives. And this practice goes beyond goal setting. It's about tapping into a higher wisdom that knows our true potential. All right? It knows our true potential. It ain't buying into those stories we've been telling ourselves. It's not going there. It's sitting back going, wait a minute. You are a divine being living a remarkable existence within the divine. So as we begin to tap into that, we start to see that there's something more going on. So visioning requires a quiet mind and an open heart, allowing us to receive guidance and insight. And so as we begin the process, what we want to do is find a quiet space, become still, and begin to pose these reflective questions and see what we get. So what is Spirit's highest vision for my life? And we sit in that question. What must I embrace to manifest this vision? And again, we sit in the question. What must I release to manifest this vision? And again, we sit in the question. Now, as answers come, we can stop and write them down, or we can just tell ourselves, I will remember. And when this meditation is over, this visioning meditation is over, I'll sit down and write it all down. And if we tell ourselves we're going to remember that, we will remember it. It's just like if you tell yourself when you go to bed at night, I want to get up at 6. Without your alarm, you will wake up at 6 o'clock. It's like the body knows. So as we ask these questions and as we listen deeply and as we explore what it is that really makes our hearts sing, as we write down ideas that come, what we begin to see is that there is a possibility for our lives that maybe we had been discounting or disowning. So we want to trust the insights that we receive as divinely inspired and aligned with our highest good. It's a practice of surrendering to a bigger idea or greater plan and trusting that the universe has our back. It is the energy of life itself that flows through us. It is being us. So of course, all that we desire, it just says yes to it. What is it that we're allowing it to say yes to? Our limiting ideas or a grander vision? I'd go for the grander vision. So we allow ourselves to take the time to really kind of be with whatever's going on, and allowing ourselves to continue to expand that vision, expand those ideas, so that we can receive inspiration that allows us to really live in a much bigger and brighter way. So as we take this time and ask these questions, it clarifies our vision, but also empowers us to take bold steps toward our dreams. It reminds us that we are co-creators with the divine, capable of manifesting a great life. So embracing visioning as a regular practice ensures that we remain connected to our true purpose and continue to evolve in alignment with our highest self. And this ongoing connection with the divine mind provides guidance, support, inspiration, everything needed to navigate the journey with confidence and grace. Whatever we need, whatever there is. It's so important to take the time to really just open up to the infinite. Start to recognize, I don't have all the answers in my conscious awareness, but I have access. I have access to all of it by simply surrendering. I surrender into this divine awareness that I am one with the absolute. And it is in that oneness that I discover my potential. It is in that oneness that I begin to see what's possible, not only for me, but for others as well. So even when it comes to community, if we align our collective intentions with shared goals, we can create a unified path toward a brighter future. And it all starts in mind. You know, the class that I'll be teaching next week, called The Mystical Path, it's really about how I align myself with that force, how I align myself with this divine energy, so that as I go into the world, I'm coming from my highest potential and possibility, and I begin to create success in all the things that I do because of where my mindset is. So we really take the time to notice where we're going and what we're doing and how we could maybe do it better. This journey is not something that, you know, is the week of heart, shall we say. It's about aligning sort of our daily actions with our long-term goals. You know, it's about taking time in the silence so we can hear that still small voice that's leading and guiding. And it's truly about recognizing and releasing limiting beliefs that probably were never ours, but some well-meaning person gave them to us. It happens. Somebody tells you something and you believe them, or you don't, right? Sometimes we don't believe, and that's as troubling as believing something bad, not believing something good. And why do we not believe the good stuff? What do you think? Part of it is that we're so tightly wound and in agreement with the negativity that when somebody says something good, we automatically dismiss it. It's like you could have 1,000 people Listen to a wonderful piano recital that you do. One person comes up to you afterward and goes, didn't like that song at all. But everybody else gave you a standing ovation. Where is your attention? Is it on the 999 who loved what you did? Or is it on the one person who did not? We want to pay attention to that every day, every day. Because odds are we have more people cheering for us than knocking us down. Let's pay attention to the cheer squad. Let's give less attention to the one who, is knocking us back or knocking us down or whatever. Let's pay our attention and expand what we believe and know in the direction of our good. So it's really about shifting everything, shifting our behavior, shifting our thought patterns, allowing the negativity to be released completely so that what's left is something positive and upbeat. It's like Eddie Watkins Jr. at the beginning singing, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's say yes to life. Let's say yes to our life. The life that we live, the life that we love, the life that is just so remarkable. Let us say yes to that life. And whenever somebody says, no, you can't do that, let's just look at them and smile and say, thank you for sharing. We don't have to fight it. We don't have to battle against it. We just simply have to allow ourselves to say no to it. And we can do that in a loving way. So we don't have to blow up our relationships. We don't have to, create something awkward. We can allow ourselves to stand in our strength and say, thank you for sharing. And then go on about our day. But if there's something valuable in what's shared, then let's take that to heart and do the work. All right, let's anchor these ideas. I want to take you into a meditation. And I want you to just allow yourself to really relax. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And just take a couple of slow breaths. One more. So as we relax into this time of quiet, let us acknowledge the one power, recognizing that it's right here. So as I acknowledge and recognize this power and presence, what I know is that whatever I have need of is already right here. So I take a look around. And I see that everything is operating perfectly. That somehow, whatever I have need of, whatever is necessary for my ongoing success, it shows up right where I am. So I breathe life into the idea. I breathe life into the possibility. And something wonderful occurs as a result. So filled with joy, experiencing a sense of freedom, excited about what might come or what will be. I just know that all is well, that somehow all is well. What's happening is taking me somewhere. And where it takes me is somewhere great. And for that, I'm truly, truly grateful. So I invite you to take a deep breath in. Exhaling slowly. Another deep breath in. And again, slowly, slowly, slowly releasing. And one more time, deep breath in. Release it slowly, slowly, slowly. And allowing your breath to come to a normal, natural state. Quieting your mind. Just being. One more deep breath. And open your eyes when you feel ready.